Hey Virgo, I'm Lucy Ravenstone and welcome to my channel. I am a little bit groggy and sniffly still, so bear with me a little bit. If I have to clear my throat, I apologise. It's not the nicest sound, but it is what it is. I'm getting better. I'm very much over being sick, but doing the best I can. So, I am doing a reading for August for you, Virgo. I'm using Lucy Cavendish for the top 3 cards and the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor for my main deck. Let's see what's in store for you, Virgo. Interesting. Those are kind of all wanting to come out near each other. Okay, let's see what's in store for you. So first off, in reverse, we have Isa, stillness, pause, delicacy. So I'll show you the imagery. She's very beautiful and fragile. So when I was dealing the cards, I got this sense of it kind of being a I wouldn't say trying time, but I feel like, Virgo, that from everything you've been through, like you've been going through quite, just from based on the readings that I have done, so for the Virgos that have been watching me, I guess, it feels like the energy has been more like leading somewhere, like a direction. And this feels like this is now like kind of the bump in the direction, because this year is all about healing. It's about creating balance, which means you're going to have your highs, your lows, your ups and your downs, and it's kind of the energies we're working with all of the chaotic retrogrades, like all the planets are all over the place this year, to create this chaos, to create this mess that's kind of, it's like when you, I'll use me as an example, right? When I tidy my home, when I'm like, it needs a good full tidying, I make a mess before I tidy it. Like, I'll open a drawer and to put something in to tidy, because that's where it lives, and I'll see there's things in it that don't live there. So I'll end up taking stuff that don't live there out, put things back nicely, shut that, and then now there's more mess that I've got to deal with it. And this is what this kind of whole layout thing was feeling like for me, for you, that things are just a bit messy. You're making a kind of a creative mess. It's not even that you're making it, but in saying that, I feel like you are the driver here for this year, Virgo. I definitely feel like earth signs are ruling their lives, so cause and effect, that kind of feeling with this. Anyway, so with Isa, this stillness, pause and delicacy, I said fragile, and I feel like this is where that feeling of it being more of a down, because I kind of feel this kind of vulnerable fragility here with this card. She's giving me coldness and stillness, and I do feel like you've been all hot and warm and passionate, and this is now the calm, like the stillness after that. Kind of like, not the calm before the storm, but that air, that fresh air after the storm. It's that kind of feel for me. Like a pause, a moment where everything just stops being noisy and windy and rainy. Things are just still. It's a time of assessment, a time of observation a little bit, would be the vibe with this. As I say observation, I don't feel like it's a time for observation as such. I just feel like that is the vibe here with this. It's just a time of taking in and seeing where you've come, how far you've gone, and seeing the aspects of your life. This is the key kind of to this card, is how I'm feeling it. It's seeing the aspects that are popping up now during this time, on how much you've grown and changed here, seeing the positives in that as well. And I feel like focus on the positive too. So deceit in reverse. To me, this is sort of, I feel like you constantly feeling like that you've been deceived in an area, like you've been wronged. I don't feel like actually that's kind of correct here in this situation that's popping up here for you, Virgo, but it's kind of giving me this victim mindset, and this is this needs to change in all of us, in humanity. We need to get the hell off this whole victim mindset. None of us are victims, but we all have wounds, right? We all have to take care of our wounds and deal with it. Now, I've watched this Wise Instagram post, and I was just like, yeah, I get it, right? So I'm going to try and get that across to you guys, and what I'm seeing and visualizing in my mind right now. But basically, we have a wound, and you can choose to kind of see the wisdom there that you know, like when you get wounded, you can see the wisdom there and you can grow and you can move forward and you can heal from it. Or you can see the pain and you can sit in that pain, you can dwell on that pain and you can stay in that pain. But then you, because you're manifesting, you're creating that, you're not growing, you're not moving, you're sitting, and you become, then this is where we are the victim. You are just not moving forward, and you will continuously keep having downfalls because it's the energy you're choosing to sit in. And I'm not undermining anybody's pain and what you've been through, because some people go through a hell of a lot, that, you know, it brings you down, it breaks you, it kind of breaks your spirit to a degree. But that's the point. If you have acknowledged that your spirit has been broken, only you are going to be the one that can take those next steps to heal that, to fix that, to create a kind of room for healing. Because if we are filled up with hate and doubt and resentment, there's no room for anything positive, because you are filling yourself up already with things that are not positive. And this is what it's giving me. I feel like you have actually been, and I say this loosely because it's just how it's coming through to me and it doesn't sound nice, but it does feel like you have been kind of like a jeopardizer in your own life. Like, I want to say last year, I feel like you jeopardized yourself in areas of your life, but I felt like you overcome it. I want you to be wary of jeopardizing yourself further. Self-sabotage. Be wary of that, because that's the deceit I feel. I feel like the only person who is deceiving is you. Like, you're deceiving yourself, dishonoring yourself, that kind of vibe. So I hope that makes sense for you, Virgo. Again, this is another way of saying it, is exactly what I've just said. Now, this is attachment. It's unhealthy attachment. She is anchored herself to her, it's kind of, I like to see this as kind of like your stubbornness, your ways of thinking, your ways of being, the ways you've always done stuff, and you hold on to that. This is the facade, the mask that you've been wearing while holding on to this past. Now, at the moment, you are still attached to that. It's like a sentimental value. And the thing is, like, while you are looking at the facade, the kind of face value, aesthetic side of things, if you take that as on face value as what happened and what is, and you will hold on to that resentment, you have attachment to that, you're holding on to something that probably it no longer exists, and it may not even have existed in that way, because it's all face value, it's a mask, you know, that was surface layer. And I feel like this is what this is saying. It's about letting go. Only you can choose to see this. Now, she is chained up to this pole. However, the chains are not connected to the pole. So really, she could just walk away from this. She could move. She could choose to. Now, in the moment, in the imagery, she is choosing to just, you know, focus on that facade. Focus on what is made-believe, really. Sometimes, like, I'm going to use a friendship as a scenario, but like, we have friendships, and, you know, we're the bestest of mates, so close. It's like a connection that's like next level. However, this person then goes through something in their life and they stop bothering with you anymore. Now, to you, on face value, that's like, oh, we're all good mates, and then things started happening, and she changed, right? But when you've had conversations or when you're together, it feels great, but she doesn't have enough time now to do that. Now, face value, it looks like she doesn't care about you anymore because she's going through stuff, but it's not. When people are going through things, we sometimes need to step away from the situation, right? And I feel like this is a good example for it. It's like you taking it on face value and using that to wound yourself and say, she didn't care, nobody does, it's the only friend I ever felt connected to, and you push her away, you self-sabotage because of that reason, right? However, if you saw it not from face value, surface level, and looked at that solid foundation underneath and what was, that connection that you still would have if you didn't self-sabotage yourself in that moment, if you just understood that she needed a moment, or maybe, you know, whatever it is that you could have done. I mean, sometimes we can't do anything, but however, if in that scenario, if we still choose to continuously see things exactly how we take them and be stubborn and stuck and hold on to that attachment, you're being unhealthy for yourself. It's kind of that way of forgiveness is your best and favourite gift. You don't forgive people for them, you forgive people for yourself. It's your freedom. It frees you from any attachment to things that no longer serve you. So keep that in mind, Virgo. Any unhealthy attachments. Now this is blocking you from your abundance. We have blossoming abundance, it's in reverse. I feel like you have all you need around you, and I feel like you really can attract, and I feel like you are attracting what you put out. And this is what I mean, like, be wary of what you are attached to and what you're holding on. Be wary of what you're sucking in, what you're breathing in every moment, those words, all of those things, negative thought patterns, those wounds that you're holding on to, they are what you're attracting. So be wary of that, because you could potentially have this upright, but what you have inside of you is what's creating the outside. I want you to be wary of that. Now, for some of you that are doing the work, you may find that this is actually a very blossoming time, because again, that is there. It's sort of saying if you are holding on to something or not letting go, it's preventing you from going where you desire to be, going and reaching your aspirations and your goals. So keep that in mind. It's not all doom and gloom. Obviously, this is foresight, so I'm giving you an insight into the energies you may be working with. You can start the work today, which may potentially be before August and before this is happening. You know? Like, this is foresight. It's energy that one different decision to make the right moves for yourself could change what is here on the table. Anyways, she who laughs, humour, perspective, and mirth. So look at her. Now, she is seeing the brighter side. This is all about seeing things differently, looking at things a little differently. I feel like, again, with her wings, she's going places, she's moving. Because she sees things with humour and with laughter. I'm going to use the same scenario. There's a friend, and she let you down, and you're holding that wound, you know. She doesn't. She's let her go. She's realised, you know, we're all going through our own stuff at this time in her life. You know, she has to move on. She needs to do something. And I'm going to do that. I see the humour in that. I see the lightheartedness, you know. What's out there for me might be bigger, might be better, might be different. You know, and I feel like this is what it's saying. Have a different perspective on where your life is going. Stop holding on to things that have been or might have been, you know. And it's like, I do feel like, again, with this... and this is about taking action. And I feel like I said this last month. It's like you need to be the one to make the moves. When I say friendship, like if this scenario is really resonating with you, in relationship terms, in family member terms, in friendship terms, it's kind of like I feel like you don't have to fully let it go. You're going to let go of your stubbornness, let go of your one-track mind. I feel like you really are holding on to something in a way that is toxic to yourself. Right? You are the one that has to take action. I'm pretty sure I said in the last, like, not even last month, the last time I did a full reading, could have been last month as well, but I was sick, so I don't know, I can't remember. But I said to you, you need to be the one to make the moves, you need to make this first move, and I do feel like there's a rekindle, reconnection, just kind of a mending of old wounds kind of feel here. Obviously take that lightly, make your own decisions. I don't feel like you should be, you know, doing something that doesn't feel right to you. However, I do feel such a stubbornness that perhaps you should. Right, there, you can't see it. I don't think you're going to see it. The lighting is terrible. There's an eagle in the sky. An eagle is such a good thing to see. I'm pretty sure it's a changing journey, or good things coming to you. But it takes making actions, and I feel like there's something within you where you may need to make amends, whether it be with yourself, to yourself, or with a person. Something has to happen where you need to be the one to take the leap here. Envy. So this card can come across when envy is in place. It could be a place of jealousy. This could be why you are so stubborn, because you're coming from a place of jealousy, of what someone else did or has that you didn't have, or maybe you did let something go. If it was a relationship, maybe you let that person go and they found someone new. Now you're keeping yourself stuck in this place by holding on to that, because if you look behind her, there is this place of light. She's choosing to hold on to something, hold something close to her heart, in the darkness, and staying in this darkness, when if she just put it down and step into the light, things are so much better. Things are brighter, the grass is greener, there's flowers, things are abundant. Inside her cave, which looks like it's a broken down kingdom, like it's falling apart, she's wearing like ragged clothes, and it's because she's choosing to focus on things that are bad than go out into the light and experience the the good things. Get new clothes for starters. Sorry guys. Man holding a heart. Interesting. So the man holding a heart, I feel like this is love coming in for you. Now this may just be a sympathetic person. I just feel like there is a support from you. Now these cards are generally gender binding because they have female versions and male versions, so do take it as a masculine side of things when it comes to this. Now it doesn't mean relationships or anything like that, but it can. However, it just means that there is a man there supporting you in some way. It could be a brother, it could be a lover, it could be a friend. Now I get there's a heart on his knee, and I feel like it is someone who could support you through movement, someone who can help you understand yourself. It could potentially be someone who has a feminine aspect to them, weirdly, because I'm kind of feeling like that could be like a gay guy as well. Some of you, like a gay friend, because it's just, I don't know where that come from. It's just come to me. So yeah, I definitely get that this could just be a support. Obviously, if you're a guy watching this, it could very much be a lover still too in that way. I feel like they can help you see kind of flourish. I want to say see, it doesn't make sense when I say it like this, because I want to say help you see something flourish, something grow. Maybe help you see the love in a situation, help you see the goodness, help you see the growth in that area, in that aspect. So be aware of some kind of male influence. Okay, I am liking where we're going. It's getting better. So Virgo, you've been very naughty this month, I tell you. The next one is Awen. I don't know, A-W-E-N. Gift, divine inspiration, and awakening. So I do feel like this male influence is kind of, it was giving me spiritual vibes, like just someone who can help you through things, help you see things clearly. And to me, this is her on the other side of that. This is her, she's feeling more one and in tune with herself. She has let go of things. And when we're going through awakening, it really can bring things to the surface. We go through many awakenings in our life. So if you're like, oh, I had an awakening a year ago and I've been going through hell, like this is another one. It's kind of like we get these moments that are insightful, where it brings us higher, it makes us see things clearer, it gives us a strength as well, that kind of spiritual strength that keeps us going in the right direction after we've perhaps been going in the wrong one. Weirdly, I don't know why I said that, but it feels right to say that for you. I get a sense of, it's giving me a flirty vibe. I feel like there could be some kind of love interest or kind of a spark, a re-spark of something. Interesting. Caring connections in reverse. So, interesting. I do feel like there's a reconnection that needs to be done for you. I had it over here with this jealousy vibe and and instead of saying move on completely, I'm saying like there's this reconnect. I feel like there's a reconnection. And I feel like there's something here where the caring went away, and again I do really feel like you're the influence here, like you took the care away, and then that person moved on. Again, this can be family, it doesn't have to be relationship, because this happens in many dynamics, but for some of you, I'm definitely getting a strong relationship pull here of just something that you're holding on to. I feel like it's not true. I do feel like you were the one who was this deceit. You were deceiving yourself or deceiving another person. And by that, I don't necessarily mean cheating. I mean, obviously, you know yourself and what you've been through. But I just feel like perhaps you were lying to yourself throughout things, or just not ready to face something, but it meant you kept things to yourself. You weren't open and honest with somebody. This is the vibe I'm getting. The fact that this is in reverse, I feel like it's something for you to kind of face for yourself within your awakening. Perhaps this is something you're understanding what you do as a cycle and a pattern. Now 2022, with all these retrogrades in order, it brings these things to the surface. It's going to show you exactly what you need to work on and how, and it's not going to let you not work on it, basically. This is the vibe of the year, and I'm living through it myself, so I totally get it. It's not enjoyable sometimes, but in other parts it is. It's thrilling. Like at the moment, I think it's Uranus is in retrograde. Uranus is Or is it a retro? I don't know. Anyway, Uranus is doing something. I know it's in Taurus, which I am a Taurus. Taurus is in Uranus or whatever. But it's all about independence, basically. And I feel like that this is the time. I do think it is retrograding right now, but I mean, I'm sick, so delirious. But it's a time of independence during this time. And this is what I'm saying for you. I feel like things are coming to the surface to get you that level of independence where you feel free in your choices. The people you choose to be with, the people that you are having around you, it's going to help lift you up, no longer break you down. And this is the change. And this is the battles that you're being thrown at you. This is what I'm feeling for you, Virgo. Temple path. It's a spiritual journey. You have the awakening card. You have this, I feel like as well, a desire for this caring connection. And you have the temple. The temple is solid, but it is spiritual enlightenment. It's a kind of bringing wisdom to you. So I do feel like you're going to be having epiphanies. I do feel like it is very much cycles with relationships. And relationships, even in love, are connected to ones with your family. They're connected to ones with your friends. It's literally how you associate with people. So bear in mind, when we have Mercury retrograde again with communication, that is how we connect. So bear in mind that it's going to fudge you up if you don't deal with stuff. I say that as a reminder to myself because that always gets me. I do struggle with connection with humans. And this is what it's giving me, a foundation. I feel like this is epiphanies that can lead you towards groundingness, solid foundations for you to move forward and break those patterns. Go towards something where you have lifelong friendships, lifelong relationships, and great relationships with the people that you love. But it does come with opening up. I say this to you as though I'm saying it to myself because I'm fully there. I'm with you, Virgo, all the way. And your final one is first chakra, Archangel Michael. Be wary that this could be a very low time. Now, your your first chakra is your root chakra. This is what keeps us grounding. I definitely have this sense of you need to get grounded here. But also it's giving me tower card moments because we're up and down. Things are breaking around you. But it is for a reason. Have strength. Understand that Archangel Michael is there to support you. So anything with the root chakra, he's by your side. He's sensed that something's wrong. He's there supporting you. He's the warrior of archangels. He's the one that's going to shield you when you need shielding. Call upon him if you need to. I highly recommend. He's actually who I connected with when I Faery first awakened, with his deck of cards and all that kind of jazz. He really is a great support. So lean on him. So yeah. Grounding. Focus on this. I definitely get this sense in this final column in August. You need to focus on your well-being, fix connections, and open yourself up to real, authentic connections. Ditch the bloody people who are not authentic. Get rid of it. Heal relationships. Stop being stubborn and making other people be the problem. Sometimes we are the problem. And it's not us picking and choosing. It's not there to go, oh, I'm the problem, what am I going to do? It's a good thing that you're the problem because we can fix ourselves. We can't fix other people. And sometimes it's equal parts. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. What I'm saying here is you're holding on to the stubbornness. I feel like that is something for you to work on. And this starts with our root chakra. And that stubbornness, being incorrectly balanced, that is root chakra issues. That's when we need to do that work. So if you do meditate, or if you don't and should be, that is an area to work on. You have a nappy on only. Sorry, don't want you on camera. Ew. Alright, I'll change your bum in a minute. Anyway guys, thank you so much. Mum duty, thank you for being here. Please comment below if you have any questions or any insight. Or just let me know if this resonates with you. Definitely some heavy vibes, so I apologise for that Virgo, but I'm just reading the cards. So thank you so much. Good luck, and I'll see you next month.